Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Transformation Tuesday, November 4th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. My very special guest today is an award winning actor, director, and award winning recording artist and rapper. And I'm super excited to have him here in the dollhouse with me. I hope you guys are doing as awesome as I am. Are y'all loving today's layers? Yesterday, I had the auburn, burnt oranges hair color. Now I'm back to my ombre. I had to do something different because I am feeling like mocha chai latte in this dress. This dress is everything. So a very special shout outs to each and every one of y'all fashion dolls. So without further ado, make sure y'all go and check out my brother K Tukes. He is the host of the K Tukes spot. Y'all make sure y'all go and check out his platform. And again, a congratulations to him because he hit 1,000 shows. I just hit my 900. So y'all make sure y'all go and check it out. Support my brother. And we have a couple of collabs coming up in the future. So y'all stay tuned for that. All right. Now, yesterday's show was pretty fun with Anthony Riley. That was a great show. But today we have Terrence T. Mall Mallory joining me today in the dollhouse. The Hood King, and he is here. So without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Terrence T. Mall Mallory, aka the Hood King.
Hey,
Hello.
hey, what's going on?
Welcome to the dollhouse. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. You know what I'm saying?
You are so welcome. So before we kick off this interview, how has 2025 been for you thus far, King?
2025 has been great, for what it's worth. And let me make a correction at the beginning. It's pronounced T-Mal, not T-Mal.
See, now, oh my
Yeah,
God.
T-Mal. Yeah, but
Is
no,
it?
no, 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 no. You're not the only person that does that. Everybody does it. That's why I just wanted to clear it up. So no big.
Thank you. Thank you
But
so
yes,
much.
my 2025 has actually been excellent. It started out with me winning actor of the year, director of the year at the
Yes, I see.
2025 Yo ATL
Congratulations.
Music Awards. Yeah, so that's how the year started. But it was kind of bittersweet because like this is like the first year of me trying to live life without my mom. My mom passed away last year, so it's been
Wow.
rough trying to move forward. This is the first year of my life without her in it. So yeah. But other than that, 2025 has been amazing. I mean, God has been opening doors left and right. I'm talking about, and they still opening right now, even towards the end of the year.
Yes, I've seen you on set behind the scenes, and I'm like, he is doing it. So, again, my heart goes to you. I'd be remiss if I didn't send you my love and condolences because we also just had death in our family.
Mm,
My cousin's mom passed away, and so
mm.
it was sort of big. Mom went to the funeral. I couldn't make it because I had something that day, but it was pretty big. So I know what it's like to lose
My
a death in
condolences
the
and
family.
sympathy as well. Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you so much. So let's start at the beginning of your journey, King, and then we'll go from there. Now, you are from Southwest Georgia by way of Albany, Georgia. So tell us, what was it like for you growing up? Who was the first actor that you saw on television that said, okay, if he can do
Well,
it, I can do it? Who was the first black man that you looked up to on TV that you said, wow, that's
okay,
somebody? I know for me as a woman, it was Grace Jones for me and Jasmine Guy.
okay. I would have to say for me, it was LL Cool J. Because see, my journey did not start as an actor. I am a award-winning recording artist first. I'm a rapper.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yes, I've been doing music way before I started doing the movies. So that's how I established myself as an artist first. So LL Cool J was my inspiration as a 8, 9 year old, you know. And then after growing up, it became like Master P at that point. Master P still to this day is a role model for me. That's an amazing guy right there.
And what
But
I love about them is that they find that balance of, okay, I'm an actor, I'm an artist. Uh, if you want to go to the female side, Queen Latifah, she's the same thing. I mean,
Hmm.
balancing out a career, putting out music, and then she
Yeah.
went on a hit television show, and we all
Right.
know that hit television show, Living Single. So
Yeah.
as an artist, you have to be able to find that balance. So for you, how do you find that balance, King, with doing music and then acting as well too? Because you have been busy. I've been seeing
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
clips of you on set. So how do you
I,
find that balance?
well, I thank you. Well, by the grace of God, first and foremost, He the head of my life, and He give me the ability to do all these things. He gave me the gifts, He gave me the talents, and He also gives me the energy to be able to do all these things, man. And I just thank Him for it. But yeah, it's like I had no intentions on being an actor at first, but I knew it had to be a calling, but I didn't realize it at first. Because when I was a teenager, I used to always walk around with a camera at school anyway, but it was just to take pictures of people. I used to always like to take photos of people all the time. Anybody that would let me take pictures of them. And it was I guess that was like the Lord trying to send me a sign then of something that got to do with that camera, but I didn't catch it at the time. So by the time I was about to graduate high school, I wanted to go to college and take up photographic imaging. However, the college in my hometown didn't offer that course. So that kind of deterred me and made me not want to go to college at all because I couldn't take up what I wanted to take up. So I kind of like put school on the back burner and just focused solely on my music career. So as I was focusing on my music career, I went to an acting class when I was about 19 years old. I went to an acting class at a college. So it was a bunch of college students learning drama classes and stuff like that. So when I went there, I felt something like, wow, maybe this like I could do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It felt natural. But that was the only time I went to that class because it was out of town. So I never went back. And then I wasn't in college. I was just in that class with the college students. So it was like I wasn't really supposed to be there, like you know what I'm saying? So but I think that was now looking back on that, that was just another sign of the Lord showing me what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And
but
all have our purpose, our God given talents. So, do you think life has a purpose, or is it just what we make it? For any artists out there, what would you say to that question?
oh yeah, life definitely has a purpose. We have to find out who we are first as a person,
Mm,
before we can start finding out what our purpose is. Um, find out who you are first, develop a relationship with the Lord, ask Him for discernment, and go from there. you know, but the easiest way to find out what your purpose is to think about what it is that you can do that's easy to. The easiest thing that you could do, that's your gift and that's your purpose. Anything that you could do that's easy for you that might be difficult for others, that's your gift. That's why when people, they hear rappers and singers and stuff like, how y'all write all them songs? How y'all come up with all that? Because it's just a gift. It's hard to explain that. But see, a person who doesn't have that gift can't understand that. They can't understand for the life of them how we could write a 10-song album and remember all them words. They can't understand that. But that's a gift. When once you understand what your gift or your purpose is, then you move forward with it.
that divine God given talent, and He's given it to each and every one of us. Do you believe that it's important to chase stability or your passion?
Hmm. Stability or passion? Well, I mean, I think it makes more sense to chase the stability because the passion is gonna be there anyway. The passion is
Oh,
within. The passion is inside of you. The stability is the physical thing that you need that's gonna keep you grounded. Because regardless of how much passion you got, if you don't have that stability, it's gonna wreck itself anyway.
absolutely, absolutely. How would you make peace with the idea of mortality? Because I know all of us, we talk about legacy, we talk about what we want to leave behind and what is going to be next in the next go round of the lifetime when God calls us home. So, how would you make peace with the idea of mortality or just even in life?
Well, I mean, you just try to be the best version of yourself that you could be. And you can't necessarily worry about what's gonna happen when you're not here no more. You just have to try to leave as much of you here. on this earth as you can, whether that's through your music or whether that's through reproduction of your kids. You know, you trying to leave as much of yourself here when you're not here. So you're gonna be immortalized forever if you got the catalog.
Absolutely, absolutely. And these are conversations that we have with ourselves sometimes. Like, what do I want my legacy to be? What do I want to be remembered for? A lot of artists have had that conversation, and I believe that it's important that we take the time and just sit and reflect. And who was saying that? It was somebody. It was Jack A from 227.
Okay.
She plays Sansa Clark. Y'all know her.
Yeah.
She said when she did her interview with Cheryl Lee Ralph, and they were talking about how they won the Emmy Award,
Mhm.
what does she do in her time to sit in that moment? And she said it is key that we all sit in the present,
Right.
reflect on our life choices, everything, all of that, and then some. And also our legacy, what we want to leave behind. That is key and crucial as well to anybody. The
Mhm.
passion will always be there, as Terrence just said, but for each and every one of us, we're just like, how much time do we got? What do we want to work on? What do we want to complete? We're always thinking, and there's nothing wrong with thinking.
Mhm.
So keep that in mind to anybody. Now, as we move on to your next chapter, congratulations on your directorial debut for Tony and Tawana, which everyone is still talking about. Did you have any idea that this
Wow.
film would be one of the most talked about projects ever?
Well, no, I ain't had no idea what was gonna happen. You know, it was my first time writing a full length feature. I had been writing like short films and stuff like that, but I had never written a full movie before. So, it was that was a challenge for myself. I like to challenge myself. So, that's what I did, but I was proud of what I did and I felt like it was good, but it's not for me to decide. It's for the people to decide if it's good because they the one got to watch it. They the one got to stream it and buy it and download it and all that. So, you know, that could cause a little anxiety, when your first movie about to come out and you don't know what's going to happen with it. But I appreciate the reception that it received because those groups on Facebook, it's a lot of Tubi movie groups on Facebook.
Yes.
And those people in them comments be real crucial. They criticize everything in the movies on Tubi. They go on there just to find something wrong, just to talk about it. And I looked in those groups just to try to see if anybody was saying a lot of bad stuff about my movie. And nobody ever said anything bad about it. I posted that movie, Tony and Tawana, in maybe 12 to 15 groups, and I never saw one negative comment. So that
Wow.
right there kind of told me like I must have did something right.
It was fate, it was destiny, and as you said, it was God. You
Right.
and another actor that I've had the pleasure of sitting down with, Nelson J. Davis, y'all both stay busy. And almost every interview that I've done with Nelson, I'm like, Nelson, you're already working on a project. After we get done with this interview, you working on the next thing already. So y'all stay busy, and it's important. And we love y'all's projects.
And it
Another filmmaker and director I want to give a shout out to is Terry T. Miles, who I've also had the pleasure of sitting
okay.
with as well too. So
Now I
all
haven't.
three, all
I
three for
haven't.
me.
Now I haven't had the
Yeah,
pleasure of meeting Terry yet, but it was
it's
coincident.
coming.
But I guess it was. I don't know if it was divine or coincidental that you just mentioned Nelson though, because me and Nelson been talking behind the scenes now for a minute, and we got a couple of projects we working on right now that's about to come out in February 2026. So, like the way it was like weird how you just said Nelson. I'm like, me and Nelson just got off the phone yesterday. Yeah.
It
So
was
yeah, but
destiny. It was fate.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So we working on it, man. We got some stuff coming. He got his own streaming service about to start in February 2026. So we got some things about to come on there, and yeah, Terry T. Miles. I love his work. I never had the opportunity to meet him yet, but yeah. I watch his movies though. Yeah, I do. He dope. I like him.
And Maya Speller, Dr. Maya Speller, a black
I like
woman
her
doing
movies
her
too.
thing as well. So shout outs to all of these black filmmakers out here who are doing their thing. And that's the question that I wanted to ask you too, Terrence, was how important is it that black filmmakers, black creatives, I'm not a filmmaker or producer. I'm looking to tap into that side, though I host this platform. But our presence need to be seen.
Right.
And with the likes of the late John Singleton, Spike Lee, they've carved out a path for each and every one of us individually to get out here to be able to create and tell our stories. How
Right.
important is it that Black filmmakers, we continue to show representation, and we continue to also make sure that we are inviting people who are also creating to the table as well too?
Oh, it's very important. You know, if we don't do that for ourselves, and nobody else gonna do it because them other people ain't gonna do it for us, you know, like you say, our people. So, you know, I mean, the white folks ain't gonna do that for us. They done they done showed us that for years. That's why we got the people that stepped out there like that. You know, we got the Tyler Perrys, we got the Jordan Peels, you know, we
Oh
need them. Yeah, yeah, that's what we working with. We got the Bobby and Renee Peoples, you know. So
yes.
so that's where we at. Now we got the Terrence T. Mallory, you know, and the Terry T. Miles. See, we need that. That's what we need right there to be on the level that they are on. See, these white people been doing this forever. And see, they ain't never just allow us to get to that level. Like, you know, for example, look at everything that Halle Berry had to go through before she finally got an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Everything Monique had to go through before she finally got an Oscar. Everything Denzel had to do before he finally got an Oscar. And we know how great all these people are that I just mentioned. Far greater than a lot of their white counterparts. But them white counterparts got them Oscars a long time ago and still getting them. So we need the people in the circle that I just mentioned, like myself and the Bobby and Renee and the Nelson and the Terry and the Myers. That's exactly what we need in order to form our own union, because that's what it's going to end up being. If they don't if they kick us out and say they ain't dealing with us no more, you know, we got to have something to fall back on. We all of us need to be already established. It's enough of us independent black filmmakers to get together to have enough money to do everything that they do. But we just haven't done that yet, but for whatever reason.
K-Tooks. You know why I made my face like that, why I gave the side eye, because everything that he is saying, I have been saying and screaming to the top of my lungs for the past few years, is that it is important that we build our own establishments. We have shows like the BET Awards. We have shows like the NAACP Image Awards. But when it comes to independent Black filmmakers, make sure that you're highlighting them as well too. And a lot of people, the misconception that I get all the time is that I sit with a lot of big names. Yes, I've have been privy to these spaces. I do sit with big names. You guys have seen that. But I also, with me being down here in South Carolina, being a South Carolina girl,
Okay.
I make sure that I highlight all of the Black talent down here as well too. That's why I created Style by Stevie, not just for fashion, because that's the first thing people think of is fashion. But I'm just like, no, no, no. I'm gonna also highlight some Black talent, some Black filmmakers, producers who are out here doing something for the culture as well too. And to piggyback off of what you just said about Holly Berry, the same happened for Morris Chestnut.
Oh yeah, that's
Why is
fact.
he now just getting an invite when this man should have been had an invite to all of these big award shows?
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
don't get me started on Angela Bassett.
Yep.
As if
See,
to my
see,
sisters out here, to my sisters out here, if you watched What's Love Got to Do with It, or what's the other one, Wait and Exhale, and I'm a big Whitney fan, by the way, Terrence. So
yeah, yeah,
I
me
was
too,
singing in
me
my
too.
hair brush before we came on.
Yeah, yeah,
But
me too.
why now did it take this long for this woman to get an Oscar for playing Tina Turner?
Man, because that's
It's
what they
because
do.
we've already got it made up. The board of these award shows, for like the Oscars, the
Hmm.
Academy Awards,
Yeah,
we know the genetic makeup,
yeah.
and it
They
doesn't look like us.
they
It's
try to
this
they
color.
try to ignore us. They try to ignore us and our talent. That's what they try to do. Like the world ain't looking. Everybody can see how great we are and what we deserve, but they try to pull the wool over people out like they've been doing forever. You know, they've been doing
And
this
then
from. Hmm.
Yeah. And then if you see a category, it's probably, let's say, I'm going to go through a list of actresses. So you got Regina King,
Hmm.
Taraji P. Henson in one category.
Hmm.
And then the rest of the actresses will probably be somebody like Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, Selma Blair.
Yeah,
Two black
Sandra Bullock.
actresses.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, somebody like that. Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and lost to Jamie Lee Curtis. Like you could have given this woman her Oscar, but they turned it around because they saw that backlash and they gave her an honorary Oscar. I was like, y'all better give her an honorary Oscar because she trained strenuously to portray Tina Turner. Like she said, even in an interview, that
Hmm.
role in particular wore her out some of the scenes because they were so turbulent and dark. You're
Right.
telling someone's story. So
Hmm.
you have to make sure that you don't miss anything. No corners are left unturned in a
Right.
biography. That's just like when Chadwick, a lot of people keep forgetting Chadwick played James Brown and Get On Up.
Hmm.
So may God rest his soul. He's from my city of South Carolina. And Viola Davis, Charlamagne the God, all of them, they come down here from South Carolina. So the talent is booming, and I want to make sure that that is highlighted and not just the big names. Yes, we could talk about the big names. I've sat with Vanessa Williams. I've sat with Tommy Davidson. I've sat with 112, Terry Dexter. The list goes on and on and on. But I
Oh,
want to highlight the talent in North Carolina as well too. And Nelson and Terrence are killing it.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I appreciate that. But and another thing that kind of got me just a few minutes ago when you started saying you from South Carolina, 'cause I had no idea. So all of this got to be divine because that's where I work at the most. I do most of my movies in South Carolina, and I want to send a shout out to the most important person in my acting career at this point, and it's a female director from South Carolina, Miss Felicia Rivers. Yeah, Fel-
Yeechi, yes, love her.
Felicia Geechee One Rivers. Yeah, yeah. I got to give her love every interview I do because if it weren't for this woman, she gave me my first opportunity, to really, really do this. I did a movie before I met her, my first movie, but it was a short film and it was just like on YouTube or whatnot. And I was on a couple of web series on YouTube when I met her also. But she gave me my first opportunity to be in full length films that are featured on Amazon Prime and Tubi and things like that. So I'm forever grateful for her. And we still working together right now to this day. We got another new movie about to get ready that we're working on right now. We're finna start filming it in January. So yeah. Shout out to Felicia Rivers.
Stay tuned. And then, yes, shout outs to Felicia, shout outs to Shanta Renee Smith, who's also acting and doing her thing as well, too, behind the scenes. All of these women, Dr. Maya Speller has
Mhm.
written books, and these films are based off of her books or real life experience. When I did my interview with Terry, that's what he told me. I said, Terry, how's this so personal? Like, you always played the most villainous characters. You too, Terrence, because we've seen you as the villain in some of your films
Yeah,
and
yeah,
y'all tap into it so naturally.
yeah.
Like, what's running through your mind when you're portraying these evil characters? Because it's the complete opposite of you.
Well, everything I do, I talk to the Lord about it first. So that's it.
Yes.
That's my secret. I get down on my knees, I pray. I'm like, Lord, I'm about to get ready to try to, become this character for this script for this director that's putting their faith and trust in me to bring their vision to life. And God, I just need you to be with me and walk with me, hold my hand, get me through it. And bless me to be able to exceed my expectations for myself. So I talk to God like that, and He just be there with me. And I just tap into whoever this person is that I'm trying to become, and I just zone out. And as an actor, you the last person to know if what you're trying to put out there came off correctly. You the last person. You've been practicing, rehearsing. You feel like you did it right, but everybody else watching you while you're doing it on set. You don't see yourself. Everybody else see you. So it kind of stay in your head after you leave set. Like, wow, did I pull it off like I did in rehearsal? When I was doing it at home, did I do it that way? Like, you kind of question yourself like that sometimes, with these different characters. But people will reassure you. Like, sometimes the producer might just walk up to you like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
like you did that. Or your counterpart that you may be in the scene with, they might say something like, Like, you scared me for real. Like, I didn't even know you were acting then. Like, you scared me for real. Like, stuff like that. So that'll kind of like reassure you, like, okay, I must have pulled it off. I must have pulled it off.
And I said this last week when I did my girl chat with actress Rashida Randall,
Mm-hmm.
and she said the same thing. We were also saying how when you are portraying a character, the character doesn't have, when you're reading over the script and
Mm-hmm.
everything, you're reading the character's emotions, but you're also being a living, breathing, walking vessel for that character.
Right.
Because to be able to put on that character's shoes and carry that character's cross and bring it to life and make it so believable that the audience, us, the viewers, can do one or two things. We can either say, oh, wow, that's personal to me because I've been through that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Or they will say, I do not like your character. And Terry got that. A bunch of women approached him because he played the abusive boyfriend in one of Dr. Maya Spiller's films.
Right.
And a group of women, when he was in the DC area, and the women approached him, was like, oh, I can't stand you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
they
got that.
decided
I
to
got
lie
that
to the
too.
film
Yeah.
word for word.
Yeah. I got
Tell me
that.
about your experience. Did that happen?
Yeah, yeah. Me and Felicia, the first movie that I ever starred in, Felicia Rivers put me in a movie called Pieces. And Pieces is a movie starring me and this girl named Alana Galori and Omar Gooden from Baby Boy. So
Yes.
so this is my first time starring in a movie. And that's the role that I play. I play a guy by the name of James. Yeah, his name is James, and he's a film producer in the movie. But he got an attitude. He got like a split personality. Like when he's on set at work, he's just like this cool, like kind of even nerdy like dude almost, you know. But off set at home, he's like this vicious dude that's swinging on his old lady or whatever. Like he's just disrespectful, and and he be playing on the women and everything. He just get one and marry her, and then when the next actress come along, that's supposed to be the next big thing. Now he want her, so he gonna get rid of the other one, and stuff like that. So a lot of women felt like that about me after that role. You do women wrong, like the dude on the Tyler Perry movie. They still can't stand him from
Oh
back in
yeah.
the that movie long time ago, that Tyler Perry movie. That dude he ended up in a wheelchair on the movie and she got some get back. You remember at the end of the movie?
Oh yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Steve. His name
the
is
dark
Steve.
skinned dude. He real
And then
dark
yeah.
skinned. Yeah. And I
Mm-hmm.
think his name was Charles in the movie, but they
Steve
they
Harris. I
they
think
hate
it's
that man
yes.
to this day for playing for that role. Yeah.
And that's
Cause
the thing. You want that means I did a good job if I played the character so
mhm,
good that you hated it. But
yeah.
when you have to be able to turn it on and turn it off. And method actors are able of doing that.
Mhm,
Like another prime example, you made that character so believable. Heath Ledger when he played the Joker.
right.
Like he really got into character mode. Like you
Hmm.
were sending mail to the co-stars' homes and everything as the Joker. I mean, like he really took it there. But it also is a mental thing as well too. Like it's emotional as well. It's sacred because you being able to tap into that place you've never tapped into before, whether that
Hmm.
emotion may be rage, whether that emotion may be sadness, and there are people like that in the world who have a split personality. One minute
Right.
they're cool. It's like, okay, did you just Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde me?
Right.
Like one
Right.
minute you're calm, and then the next it's a whole different person. It's like, what's wrong with you? I've seen films like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's probably why we felt
Hmm.
some type of way. Because
Oh
it's
yeah.
just like, what's up with you? What's going on? But see, you have to learn to separate the actor away from the character in
Right.
real life. They're not like that in real life. They're the
Right.
complete
Right.
opposite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nelson did it in one of his projects. I'm like, Nelson, did you just pull an Eddie Murphy on me? And I'm pretty sure you know which film I'm talking about, Terrence. Lady's Choice, where he cloned himself and he had a brother, and they was thinking that it was
Yeah.
him the whole time. I
Yeah.
have to go out
Twins.
and check it out.
Yeah. He
So
had that twin. Yeah.
yes. And then I said, and then he played in another film where he played like this guy that forgot to take his medication, and everything. I'm like, Nelson, that's range right there.
Right.
And you want to be able to show that to the viewers, us, the consumers, that you're not, because what they tend to do in this business is they typecast you for one
Oh yeah,
specific role.
yeah,
And as an actor, you want to be like, okay, I want to be able to do it all. I don't want to just play, you
yeah.
know,
The hood,
the drug dealer.
yeah, the hood
Yeah,
dude or whatever. I want to play a doctor too. I want to play a lawyer. Let me play a pastor. Yeah,
right. Like,
yeah.
give me something different. And for actresses in the business, you either get casted as the prostitute
Stripper.
or the crack them, just like, or the stripper. Give me something different. We have range. And when I saw was growing up, because I'm born in the 90s, look at me telling my age. They say a woman's not supposed to tell age. Well, I just turned 32, so. But for me growing up, representation was living single.
Hmm.
And y'all already know which character I could relate to on that show because she had a skin complexion just like mine. It was
Okay.
Maxine Shaw.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, she's quick with it in the courtroom. Her and Kyle had their banter, and then her camaraderie with Regine and the other girls on the show. So I'm just like, these are a group of black women, each in their own career fields, and
Hmm.
they're different. And
Right.
Leslie Jones even said that they do that. Leslie Jones, she did Saturday Night Live, but she just like, even Marlon Wayne said it too. Like, don't typecast me, don't put me in a box. Let me show you I got range. And the
Oh
young
yeah.
lady from Friday After Next,
Hmm.
Katie Arbera is her name. She
Hmm.
said, yes, I can play the sex symbol. I can do other things. But when you see her talk, how Terrence is talking, that's how she talks. She
Yeah,
was very sultry and Friday After Next. We just like, you think that's all I can play? Okay, let me show you other things. And
I
that's
know that's right.
unique. You have to have range in
Let
this
me show you what I
business.
could do. Yeah, I could do way more than just one thing. Let me show you what I could do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how it is for sure.
Absolutely. Like, don't typecast me. Let me shine and show you what I can do. And I think that by actors doing this, who was it? It was Taraji P. Henson. When
Hmm.
she was doing Empire, she said, I won't do it if it doesn't scare me. I'm not
Yeah,
going to take a role on if it doesn't scare me. There's
she
not
like
a
a challenge.
charge.
She like a challenge. Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I want a challenge. You know.
So give me something different. And that's what makes a great actor is you being able to tap into these different emotions, tap
Oh
into
yeah.
these different spaces you've never been before. And one actor I've interviewed, he said, I can't cry for the life of me. I'm like, are you serious? I can't cry for this role.
Hmm.
They want you to cry. The director, producer will want you to cry or get emotional.
Yeah.
Now, Keke Palmer, I love Keke Palmer. I think she's an amazing actress.
Hmm.
Hats off to Kiki. She's doing her thing with her podcast as well too. Y'all make sure y'all go and check it out.
All right.
She said Angela Bassett got her to go to a space when she
Hmm.
did Aquila and the Bee, because this
Okay.
girl grew up before our very eyes.
All
And
right.
she said that Angela made her think, what would life be without the scene where she cried when Lawrence Fishburne said, I can't do it no more?
Hmm.
She made her think about her mother for her to cry in that role.
Mm.
They were behind the scenes.
Okay.
And Angela
Okay.
said, now, think about what would happen if your mother told me I can't do this anymore with you. And she just broke down crying. Angela got her to give the directors what they wanted. And that's what you have to be able to do. So tap into
Hmm.
that emotion. Don't be
Oh
afraid
yeah.
of it.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, you have to make yourself vulnerable sometimes in this position as an actor. You have to put yourself in other people's shoes, you know, and that could be rough sometimes. Cause like you say, you have to tap in, but you also have to tap out, and everybody can't tap out of that stuff sometimes.
It's like switch on, switch off. Because
Hmm.
even you don't want to bring the character home. And what's so confusing is sometimes actors will bring the character home. And I say it's confusing because you're sitting there, you're talking with your family. Say, for instance, if I ever go on for an acting role or something and I'm just getting home off set, and my mom is like, girl, what are you talking about? She giving me that look like, girl, what are you talking about? You still in
Hmm.
character mode. I was like, oh, mom, I'm sorry. I'm still in character mode here. I'm no longer the character. I'm myself now. But
Right.
you can't help it. It's
Yeah.
not, on purpose
Right. 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 Right.
because you've been in that mindset for
Hmm.
so long.
Yeah.
And especially if you're going back, say for instance, if you're going back in different periods. Like y'all have seen the show with Kevin Hart, Taraji, Terrence Howard, Fight
Hmm.
Night. based in the
Okay. Yeah.
70s. Samuel Jackson too. If you're going back to the 70s, you have to think of that mindset in the 70s. You
Right.
have to think of how they would talk, how they, culture. We know afros were a thing. So I mean, you have to go back to those different periods and think
Hmm.
about it. And even if you have to bring a family member, think of a family member. What would they be like in this era? That's
Right.
what you have to do. Absolutely.
Right.
So next chapter, what do you regret not doing in your life? Because we always talk about legacy and what
Mhm.
we want to complete and accomplish. What is one thing you regret not doing in your life?
Not doing. Hmm. Oh man. Not doing. What do I regret not doing? Wow. I guess I wouldn't say I regret it, but I wish I had realized I should have been in the movie industry sooner because I was more focused. I've been 100% focused on my music career since I was a kid. I've been a child star my whole life from my city. Yeah, everybody. I've been doing it since I was 9 years old here as a kid. So everybody in my city know who I am. From newspapers to being on TV and stuff like that, all the way up to the Monique show. I was on the Monique show on BET and all of that from my
I
music.
remember.
Yeah, yeah, from my music. So that my music opened a lot of doors for me to be able to step into this film industry. Because I already had a fan base. And now I have a bigger fan base because I got my music fan base and the people who know me specifically from the movies that don't even know I do music unless they're looking at this interview. But yeah,
Yes, and it's going to be everywhere. It is going to be up on the channel. And not only you do music and act, but you're also an author as well too. You've written some books.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I've done my homework.
Yeah, yeah, I see. Yeah, yeah, I got my first book out right now. I'm also a CEO of a record label. I got a record label called Hood Raised Records. And I actually got my first R&B artist. He just came out today, actually. His name is Deontay Velour, and his single is out on all platforms right now. It's called Losing My Mind. She Don't Feel the Same. So if you like that good R&B that we used to get back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Even though you was growing up in the 90s, when you was born in the 90s. Yeah, so, but back in the 90s, that's when that real R&B, Boys to Men and all that was out there. So
Oh,
yeah, so that's what Deontay, my artist Deontay Velour, that's what he bringing back to the game. He bringing back that R&B feel that can make you feel something, the kind of stuff that get the women in the mood they need to be in, they want to be in, and make they can live a soft life, and they ain't got to feel like they got to be masculine and stuff like that out here with these men, because there's so much friction going on in these relationships now with us and these women. It's like the women trying to be like, we don't need y'all to be like, we need y'all to be soft and beautiful.
and
Yeah,
that's the thing. I'm glad you said that because uh, for music nowadays, that nostalgia is what is missing, and it's so crazy. You mentioned Boys to Men because you guys have seen it. They're going on tour with
mhm.
one of my favorite singers. I love her, Down, and she was born the same day my mother was, Tony Braxton, October 7th.
I love
So
Tony Braxton too.
you
Yeah.
got Tony Braxton, New Edition,
Okay.
Boys to Men all in one tour. We see
Mm-hmm.
Brandy and Monica, and I think what's missing is that nostalgia. So when you
Mm-hmm.
said that 90s feeling, that's what we're looking for in music. So y'all make sure y'all go and support Terrence's artists.
Yeah,
Definitely go
Deontay Velour.
support.
Deontay Velour. He's out right now, available on wherever you get your music from. Download and stream him right now. And I definitely appreciate it. Thank you in advance.
Always, always. We are always looking to support Black up and coming artists, filmmakers, producers, and we have to make sure that we keep spreading the word along because there's so many independent artists who are coming up, doing their thing, getting it from the ground up because it's not easy. This
Right.
business is either you're here one day and gone tomorrow and you're trying to figure out where are they now? We've seen
Yeah.
VH1 do the shows. Where are they now? These
What
artists have
happened?
had success in their careers,
Yeah.
signed to a record label, and it's
Hmm.
just like, what happened?
Yeah.
Where's this artist?
Hmm.
So make
Yeah,
sure that you're supporting Black up and coming artists. That's key and crucial. And
definitely.
my brother K Tooks, shout out to my brother K Tooks, also has had the pleasure of sitting with a lot of music artists as well too. So
Thank you,
Terrence,
K2.
definitely check
Thank
out his
thank you,
platform.
K285. I see you saying you definitely gonna be supporting. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you. For real.
Yes, and he does a lot of music reviews too. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does a review on your artist because he's done a lot of album reviews on his channels. And congratulations to K-Tubes. He just hit 1K videos, way more than me. I just hit 900 not too long ago.
Well,
So he's way
congratulations to
ahead of
both of
me.
y'all. That's great. Congratulations to you both. That's awesome.
Doing it longer than me.
Mhm.
Yes. Now, life. Do you think life has a universal meaning or is it personal?
Universal meaning or is it personal? I would say a bit of both. It's definitely personal because we are each individual people, persons, so to speak. So it's definitely personal, but um, it's also universal, like you said, because we are one. Regardless of how different we are, regardless of race, color, all that, God made all of us to be one human race. So that's what makes it universal within it's that alone. You know, God wants all of us to love each other and take care of each other and appreciate each other. Even though that's not how things work out here in this world, ain't going like that. But that was the plan. So yeah, it's both personal and universal.
Absolutely. How do you differentiate between loneliness and solitude?
Hmm. Well, I used to feel like I was lonely until I realized it was solitude. I realized the Lord separated me and set me apart
Mm.
because I was on a different path than he had than other people on. He put me on the path. So in order for me to get to where he trying to take me on that path, he had to separate me and put me in solitude. Uh, yeah, it's like the wilderness. You can be in the wilderness for a while. You know, and you have to get yourself together. And I did that. When he said I went 9 months no sex. I'm talking about no kind of no form of sex. I'm talking about no doing it, no jacking it, no letting her put a mouth on it, no nothing. I went 9 months after God put me in this wilderness to try to be the person that he created me to be. And a lot of different things started happening for me in my life during that 9 month span because that's one of the main things that I was doing wrong in my life. I was out here doing most of the stuff right. I don't lie. I'm not a liar. So I'm honest. I'm good to people. I got a good heart. I treat people right. I get people the shirt off my back. I'm doing all this stuff right, but I couldn't leave these women alone. So it's like, has always been like one of my biggest things that, kind of might have slowed me down in my life, trying to get to the things that I'm asking God for. But when I wouldn't stop doing some of the things he wanted me to stop doing. So I knew, I knew I was in solitude, and it was just me being lonely because I ain't never been lonely. I'm the type of, not to sound like I'm bragging, but I'm the type of guy that ain't never had no problem getting no woman. So I ain't never had no issues with having to be lonely. So I knew it had to be a deeper purpose, So that's how I knew the difference between
More
solitude and being
spiritual.
lonely. Yeah. hmm
Yes.
that's how I
And
knew the
I'm gonna tie
difference.
that to, yes, and I'm gonna tie that to this too. Because I've sat with a lot of women, and I'm pretty sure you've seen some of my girl talks. And I asked them about soft girl era, as you just mentioned when you was talking about your artist Deontay about women having our soft girl era. For you, I would say black men have a soft boy era as well too, and it's
Mhm.
key and crucial that black men take care of themselves, not just the aspect of wanting to have us in their life, having a woman in their life, but
Mhm.
also making sure that they take time for themselves to love on themselves and make sure that it's a spiritual connection because you talked about God, we both have talked about God, and we have a divine relationship with the divine being of God. And I
Yeah.
think that that is key and crucial as well too. And it is also safe for you to say, I'm protecting my mental health and peace. So for you, what does your soft boy era look like? Because I asked the ladies that question, what is their soft girl era? But for you, Terrence, what does your soft boy era look like? And what advice would you give to black men on protecting their peace and finding their relationship with God or whatever the creator being, whatever they believe in?
Yeah, you have. I would just tell guys, man, we already behind the eight ball just by being a black man out here in this world. And I don't want to sound cliche, but it is what it is. So to the men, I would just like to say we already got stuff against us before we even present ourselves to people. So people already done formed opinions about us and all that before they even hear us speak. Just by based on appearance. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say keep God first. As long
All
as you
the
keep God in your life first, focus on you. See, a lot of times us as men, we focus too much on what we want. Every man wants this woman by his side. Every man wants this woman that he could call his and build a life with and have a family with. Because that's why God created y'all. If God created women to be that companion for a man. So it's in our nature to want that. And some of us want it so bad that we focus too much of our energy and our time on trying to find a woman or trying to satisfy a woman or trying to prove ourselves to women that don't even deserve our time or our attention. And we burning ourselves out dealing with all these people that ain't right for us. And we already got to deal with the outside world and society that's already against us. So when we do get with a woman that we put our feelings and stuff into, then we have to come home and and get into it with them too after we already been out here in the world battling against everything we already battling. On top of the stuff that we going through that we don't even talk about because women don't want to hear men talk about their problems. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff we keep inside that we don't speak on at all because we a man. A lot of women look, oh, you a man, you a man. Like just because we a man, we don't supposed to feel pain. Just because we a man, we don't supposed to be disappointed. We don't supposed to feel hurt. Like just because we a man, we just supposed to be concrete, solid. Like don't never supposed to hurt us, bother us. They supposed to be do anything to us, and we just supposed to just okay, well I'm a man, so it's cool. It don't work like that though. We got feelings too. You know what I'm saying? So my advice would be for men to focus more on themselves and having a relationship with God, and everything else will fall into place. That woman, that career, that everything else will fall into place. Focus on your health. Focus on getting in that gym, staying in shape, um, stuff like that. That's the focus that I would give. The advice I would give to the men about the soft boy era or whatever. Just try to put yourself in a position where you know who you are, you know your value, and you ain't gonna settle, you know? And you're gonna be the man that God created you to be, regardless whether you have that woman in your life or not.
and I'm gonna touch on the female aspects, the woman. So I'm gonna give this aspect to my ladies out here. To Terrence's point as well, I'm a woman that's willing to listen. And as women, you have to be able to, for my ladies out there, be willing to listen, be willing and receptive, because if they can respect our emotions, we have to respect theirs as well too. And everyone has feelings, so make sure that you are respecting people's feelings. If a person says it's okay to not be okay, respect their mental health and peace as well too. Check on them. Sometimes you have to take breaks, but also make sure that you're checking in with your loved ones as well too. So be
Mhm.
considerate and be a listening ear. Men don't have to be strong all the time. They don't have to be strong. But as us, the Black collective, we have been taught, men and women both, we have to be stoic. We don't
Mhm.
have to show emotion. We have to be stoic. There are
Mhm.
days when you want to break down and cry. Man or woman, there's nothing wrong with crying. And we have to stop shaming that, ladies. Stop beating these men down, because there are some good black men out here who will love on us, respect our minds, bodies, and souls. So don't beat these men down when they are telling you how they feel. And that's what I wanted to say to my female
Yeah.
viewers out here as well too. So be receptive. Be receptive. If they're saying, something is wrong, something is on my mind, that's why some men they just completely shut us out,
Oh yeah.
because you've shut them out.
It's like everything just so it's just bad out here now. It's like women don't understand now. They don't understand a man no more. They don't understand a real man no more. It's so many soft men out here now that women, when they come across a real man that's gonna put his foot down and stand firm and say how he feels, instead of the type of man that's just gonna say, yeah, baby, you right. Yeah, baby. See, you got them kind of men out there. Yeah, baby. Just the kind of man that want to keep the peace in a relationship. So he gonna amen everything she say. Yeah, baby. Well, even if she wrong, he just don't want no problem. But see, it's too many of them guys out there. It's too many of them out there. See, but then they meet a man like me who's like, nah, I'm not going for that, or no, I don't want you to go here, or I don't feel like you should go there. You know, oh, now they got a man that's controlling. See, these days women confuse a man that's trying to lead them with a man that's trying to control them. You know, and that's the issue that I've been running into a lot with ladies over the past, so many years or whatnot, few years or whatnot. It's like they ain't used to no real man no more. And I'm not gonna conform to society and how men are out here now that let women talk to them all kind of ways. Like you got men out here that let their woman call them bitch. I don't know if we can curse on here or whatever, but but yeah, bitch ass, stuff like that. And he just brush it off, or you know, if a woman say something like that to me one time, I'm gonna let her know right then, like, no, I'm not one of them. You can't talk to me like you talk to your girlfriends. You can't, we don't talk like that to each other. I'm your man. So the way you talk to your female friends, your girlfriends, and the way you talk to me is totally different. We ain't talking to each other like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just like I'm not finna talk to my lady the same way I talk to my homies because she ain't no dude. I'm not finna talk to her like that. I'm gonna talk to her like I need to talk to my lady, and you talk to me accordingly, like you need to talk to your dude. But see, it's messed up out here now. Everything that's good is bad. Everything that's bad is good. Everything that's right is wrong. Everything that's wrong is right. That's the world we living in now. So it is what it is at the end of the day. So the women that out here now, they have a problem with men who trying to lead them. They getting leadership
And
confused.
love on them. Let that man love on you. Let
Yeah,
that
they
man love on you.
thank you. Stop trying to confuse it with control. We ain't trying to control nobody. We're trying to lead you like the Lord told us to do. But they feel like when you trying to tell them to do this and do that, or to not do that and not do that, you just trying to tell them what to do. But it's not like that. They shouldn't look at it like that. But it's the way society make people think. And then the music and stuff like that don't make it no better. You got the women like Cardi B and all them kind of JT and them city girls. They ain't making it no better. Summer Walker telling women to just use men for their money and then kick them to the curb. Like it's just it ain't helping. It ain't helping. And then that kind of stuff have a bigger impact on the women in our society than people like you and I who are trying to tell them a positive side of the situation.
Now, I love Cardi, and the reason why I love Cardi is because she's a fashion girl. I love her music as well too. I always look forward to see what she's wearing, what she's gonna be wearing at the red carpets and stuff. But I definitely get it.
Yeah, I
And the
mean,
thing about some of her music is, she's moving on.
I mean,
There are
I like
women
I
out here
like
that,
I like some of
not
Cardi B
all
music
men.
too. I like some of
Yeah,
Cardi B music too, but Cardi B herself is on record in an interview saying she would not allow her own daughter to listen to her music. So why would somebody want to let their daughters listen to her music if she wouldn't even let her own child listen to it? She know it ain't right. She said, "Oh no, I would never let my child listen to the kind of music I make, cause she know it's evil. It's the devil." But that's on her. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
right. And another thing, ladies, like I was saying, let these men love on you. Let them get permission to lead and love. And there's a difference between control and there's a difference between love. I'm a Scorpio, and we know Scorpios are very ambitious. We For women, we're very ambitious. We're goal driven. My mom's a Libra, October 7th. Mine's is the 31st, Halloween.
Okay,
So I've always been fiercely independent, strong about myself. But when it comes to being in a relationship with a man, I let the man take control sometimes. I'm like, yes, I can defend myself. If it's anything political, and I'm pretty sure y'all have seen me out here being political, you know, that's when I take that rah energy. But if it's my man and he's trying to love on me and do something special for me, that's a whole different thing.
that's right. Yeah,
So you got to learn to separate the two. Learn when
That's
to
right.
be rah-rah, and then, but also don't let people walk over you and take advantage of you. But also let them lead with love.
Right.
And that's what we both have to be able to do. In order to have a good relationship, you have to be willing to hear people out on both sides. You're going to have your disagreements. You're going to
That's
have
the
your
fact.
disagreements.
Oh yeah, it ain't gonna
But
always
it's for the
ain't
best.
nothing gonna ever
It's
be
for.
perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect. You just have to, find somebody that is patient with you. Y'all got to be patient with each other and grow together and understand each other and flourish.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, as we go into our next chapter, Fashion Dolls, oh my goodness. What is next for you? Because we talk about legacy, and then we're going to get into our games at the end of the show with Terrence here, Fashion Dolls. So he's going to get a chance to host my show in a segment I like to call Turn the Tables. And my guests get to ask me as many questions as they want.
That was
And
a message coming in, but I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. But
oh,
yeah, it was somebody
oh,
calling me on Messenger. I don't know if it came through on the live or whatever. But
so yes, I was saying, like I was saying, I was gonna let Terrence here host my show in a segment I like to call "Turn the Tables," and then we're gonna do the rapid five where he tells me five things he can't live without. I'm curious to know his guilty pleasures because every actor has to have their favorite things they like to do behind the scenes. Me, I love Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I love cookies and cream ice cream. My favorite housewife is Nene Leaks. I love Nene, and then I also love Candy as well too. Candy Burrs.
yeah,
So I mean, there's so many, but just those are just a few. So before we get to that, legacy. What is something you want to be remembered for?
I just want to be remembered for an ambitious to be an ambitious young black man from a very small town of Albany, Georgia, that overcame obstacles and odds and became the biggest celebrity in his city outside of Ray Charles. Ray Charles is from here where I live at Albany, Georgia. And at this point, it's been said that I'm the biggest to ever come from this city besides him. So that right there is what I want people to remember. I want people to remember my work ethic. People tell me all the time they love my grind. They say, bro, if nobody can't say you don't work hard, bro. You are the hardest. I done had grown men come up and say I'm the hardest working dude that no. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much the exaggeration that could be or whatever, but I've had multiple people tell me that. And so that's what I want to be remembered for my hard work and the passion you spoke about earlier, because I put passion in everything that I do. My mama, God bless her dead, my mama always told me if you're gonna do something, do it right or don't do it at all. So that's what I want to be known for. He always tried to be a perfectionist at what he did. He tried to be the best at it, and he never turned his back on people who wanted to be a part of what he had going on. See, I done had a lot of doors closed in my face trying to get to where I'm at now. But me, I'm the type of person that open my door for everybody. So I'm trying to pull as many people up as I can, on this journey, not just to be doing it for myself, but for others. I put other people on. I've been doing it. I don't speak on it, but I've been putting people on in this industry for the past so many years. You know, I can't sit here and say how many of them appreciate it because I don't remember hearing either one of them say thank you yet, but they on TV. So I just want to be remembered for being a solid dude, that put his all into everything he did to be successful. And I always wanted to see everybody, other people win too.
Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. And that right there, these opportunities, these blessings that are coming to you from working on these projects that you have dropping next year, that's God. That's your mom looking down right on you. I lost my sister also too in 2018. And I'm
Hmm.
just like, her birthday fell on Sunday of this year,
Hmm.
June 29th.
Okay.
And what was going on was, what was it? It was one of the fashion weeks, and I was supposed to be writing an article. I'm just like, this is God's timing right here. This is her birthday. And this is her sending a sign to me like, God, wow,
Hmm.
this is it.
Yeah.
This is the moment right here. So God sends things happen to us in mysterious ways. God's
Oh
work,
yeah.
God, He works in mysterious ways. And these things, these opportunities that are coming, it's no coincidence.
Mhm.
Like I believe that their souls are still here with us. They might
Right.
be gone, but God sends a sign to us to let them know that they are watching down and they are guardian angels over us in different kind of ways. And for me, when my sister's birthday fell on Paris Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, 1 and 2, and I had to write that article for original,
Hmm.
I said, wow, this is God's divine timing right here. It
Right.
all aligns together. My sister would be like, she wouldn't want me to mourn or be sad. She would want me to be happy. She would
Hmm.
want me to remember her and do the things that I love that she knew that I always could do. So that is
Right.
God giving us the direct sign right there. And then
Hmm.
it just hits you like deja vu, like, really? God, are you trying to give me a sign? Like, what is going on? Like these weird feelings,
Hmm.
it happens to anybody who's lost a loved one, whether it
Right.
may be your mom, whether it may be your sister, whoever. He sends a sign to us through
Hmm.
them, looking
Right.
over us as our guardian angels. And all of these good things, all of these blessings, all of the praying and crying late at night, early in the morning,
Hmm.
that's God sending us something right there. So I wanted that to be a firm reminder to anybody out here who has lost a loved one and saying, I don't think they're here. Yes, they're watching over you. They're there.
Oh yeah.
They are there. So believe that. I
Hmm.
believe in the conscious as well as the unconscious.
That's right.
So let me get off my soapbox. Let's have some fun, y'all. It is time to get into my games here with Terrence Fashion Dolls. And the first one is called the Rapid Five. Now, I gave you some of my favorite things. I love Real Housewives of Atlanta and cookies and cream ice cream.
Mm.
Now, what are your 5 favorite things you can't live without, Terrence? It can be your favorite football team, your favorite movie, your favorite drink, your
I mean,
favorite food. What are your favorite
I,
things you
I
can't
love
live
music. Music is one thing. I
without?
listen to music all the time. I'm either in the studio or at home watching videos or writing a song. I love music. Uh, Wrestling. I love wrestling. I grew up watching wrestling with my granddad. God bless the dead. Ever since I was like 5 or 6 years old. So I watched wrestling from 5 years old all the way up to now. So I watch wrestling literally every night. Yeah, literally every night. Um, Football. Yeah, I do love football. It's sports basically because I love boxing. So I'm always watching something, whether it's wrestling, football, boxing, basketball. You know, um, I love playing video games. I haven't been playing them a lot lately because I've been doing a lot of working, but I do like video games too. Yeah, and I think it's like one more. I think that was four. Um,
Yep.
uh, God, giving God His time, man. I got a
All
ministry. Yeah, I got a ministry on YouTube with 30,000 people in my YouTube ministry that I minister to. Yeah, so I love that too. Reaching people all over the world, like trying to bring them to God closer with a better relationship with the Lord. And I've been getting a bunch of messages from these people in Nova Scotia. I got people in my ministry all over the world, Africa, Jamaica, Nova Scotia, London, and they all tell me how much of an impact that I've made in their life. And they got baptized and they done stopped doing drugs and all kind of things. So stuff like that is what I'm here for.
And you mentioned Jamaica. My heart goes to Jamaica. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen what's going on. So my heart and my love
Oh yeah.
goes to Jamaica right now
Yeah,
during
yeah.
this
God bless
time.
Jamaica.
My God. Ooh. All right, Fashion Dolls, my heart is beating so fast. I don't know why I always get so nervous for this next segment because I have no clue what Terrence is going to ask me. This is where my guests get to host a show in a segment I like to call Turn Those Tables. And they can ask me as many questions as they want: life, fashion, goals, passion, family, whatever they want to know. They can get to know you. For my new viewers out there, you'll get to know a little bit about me through Terrence's questioning. All right. So it is no longer the Style by Stevie show. It is the Terrence Mallard show. So take it away.
All right, Stevie. What made you decide to be a fashion nova? What made you decide that you wanted to be a podcast host? Answer
Ooh,
whichever one you want to answer first, in any particular order.
I'm gonna start with the host first. For me, growing up, like you said, you watched wrestling with your grandfather. My
Mhm.
grandmother would always have a talk show playing in the house, and it
Mhm.
was either at the time. Look at me again, y'all. We going back to the '90s. We're going through that timeline together. Um, it was Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, of course, Oprah, Rolanda, Queen Latifah, all of these talk show hosts. Montel, we can't forget Montel. They were the reason why I started this. And even if you look at my logo, Style by Stevie, it's modeled a little bit, and I can't bite her style, but I say, let me do something similar to hers, but it'll still give people that nostalgia. Ricky Lake was the inspiration behind my Style by Stevie logo that you guys see everywhere. Every flyer that's made, yeah. Because if you look at hers, her eye is turned in an opposite direction. Mine is just a dot. So, I mean, I wanted something to give people that nostalgia, where it's
Mhm.
also fun for the culture, where I combine fashion, beauty, politics, music, and I'm also highlighting and showcasing Black talent as well too, and making sure that Black filmmakers, Black creatives, directors are also having a place where they can go, because we had 106 in Park is no longer here, where you see actors drop by or musicians stop by and talk about their new projects. But I said I wanted to do something similar to that, also in a field of Ricky Lake. But it's got to be different. I can't bite nobody else's style. So Style by Stevie for sure. And I was flipping
Okay.
through a Vogue magazine. So that's where the whole concept for Style by Stevie came from that.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let me go a little deeper. What's the
Uh-oh.
most What's the most difficult thing you've ever had to overcome in your life, and how did you overcome
Wow. I would say being Black, being a woman, and
it?
having to overcome those obstacles right there alone, because like you said, you get a lot of no's, you get a lot of doors closed in your face in this business, and I've had a lot of doors closed in my face, and some have been open to me. But I said, now I'm going to take my opportunity that God has blessed me with, and I'm going to be a vessel for the world and create a platform for voices that are not heard, for voices that are not seen. Because as you said, this industry, this business ran by big corporations, Viacom, all of them, and so much more, they are predominantly, and they look nothing like us. They're
Mhm.
firing us out of these positions. So I
Mhm.
said, why not give a voice to the voiceless, and also make sure that they are included as well too. So those are just a few of the obstacles that I've had to encounter, being Black, being a woman, being told no, you're the same with Monique. And I make that comparison between the two. You're too vocal, you're too outspoken. When you're a woman in this business and you're speaking up about things that impact you as well as others who look like you, who are Black, you're
Mhm.
labeled as difficult, you're aggressive, you're all of these things.
All right.
So those are some of the challenges that I've had to face. Also, colorism. I'm not the lightest girl in the room.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
keep it a buck.
Oh
If
yeah.
I looked like a Tamron Hall, I would have the success of a Tamron Hall,
All right.
but we know that there's a certain beauty aesthetic in this industry. So
Yeah.
I
The
would say
whole
colorism to the
brown paper
side.
bag thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
And you asked me about the fashion, who inspired the fashion aspect. I didn't answer that question.
Okay.
I asked about the host. But
Mhm.
fashion, my sister principal, I wanted to go for, we didn't even have a class for it down here, fashion illustration in high school. So I had to take up cosmetology in place of that. And even my beauty school instructor said, no, I want you to go to a fashion school. I love my hair. I love doing makeup and all of those things.
Mhm.
But my sister principal, she saw me doodling in the lunchroom one day, and she was like, okay, I'll bring you some Vogues. Terrence, I kid you not. The next day, the next morning when I woke up and I was going to school, she gave me the keys to her car, because students wasn't supposed to be going through where the teachers were, but she gave me permission. And these thick Vogue magazines and Harper's Bazaar fashion magazines about this thick,
Mhm.
because you know when it's around this time they do the big thick issues.
Okay.
Book had about 800 pages of fashion in it. I'm just like, my mouth was to the floor, like I've never seen anything. Little old country bumpkin coming from South Pole, and what's another one of the brands? Fat Farm, and so many others. And she introduced me to a new world of Valentino, Versace, Giorgio Armani, Terry Mugler. I was just enamored. She
Right.
taught me about the showrooms and everything. She was
Mm.
like, no, no, baby, you pronounce the designer like this. And then off you go. And I took it to a whole nother level with fashion. I mean,
Okay.
everything. So looking through different periods of and eras of fashion through Vogue magazine. I love to go back to the 80s. I love to go back to the 70s. And if you notice any one of my interviews, I do not stay the same. My look is always changing. And one of my the actors that I was interviewing, he was like, Miss Stevie, your look does not stay the same. I'm like, no, I'm a chameleon. I love to change.
They're right.
I
They're
love to
right.
change. I
And they're
love
wrong with that.
fashion. And the trends don't stay the same. So you have to be able to change it up. Like even with
Yeah.
Terrence, I said, Terrence, this picture will go great for your flyer. I love to coordinate colors together. So
Mm.
there's a group of women behind me. My cousin, who is also coming on the show this Friday, she's a part of Style by Stevie. And we've always bounced off of each other. Girl, how does this color look? Why does this dress look on me? And things like that. And me and my mom, we share outfits as well too. That outfit yesterday, that was hers. That
Mm.
was not mine, y'all. So we borrow outfits. She raids my closet, I raid hers.
They're right.
But
They're right.
it's a blessing. And I
Okay.
love it. I love experimenting with color. So different eras of fashion inspire me, like the 80s, the 70s. I can even go back to the 50s,
Mm.
and it depends. I always try to coordinate things together by color and even by the hair that I'm wearing. I'm like, okay, this hair goes with this hair goes with this. So I'm always changing it up.
Okay. Okay. All right. Last question. If after this interview right now, a billionaire walks in to your establishment, wherever you may be doing wait filming this, and he saw this interview and he liked what he saw. Now he wants to invest in Stevie. What would you want to do to extend your empire? What would you ask this person to fund for you to build your empire outside of what you already doing right now? They'll grant
Oh,
you anything you want. Your own daytime TV talk show like Tamron Hall, anything Stevie want. They gonna fund it for you. What would it be?
ooh. I would love to do what Drew Barrymore is doing. I would love to produce and direct if I had that opportunity to step behind the lens as well to on other talk shows and platforms. Yes, be the face of it. But yes, I would love to tap in and be behind the lens of other talk shows. Also, I would love to have merchandise. Like Drew
Mm-hmm.
Barrymore, who was it? Ellen? They got
Mm-hmm.
magazines. Oprah's got a magazine. She's got cookware and all of this
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Like, that's what I would love to do, but it would be more so like Rihanna. Rihanna taps into the fashion and music and beauty world, but I'm
Right,
not
right.
tapping into music. I can't sing a tune, but I want to tap into that fashion world. I want to
Okay.
be able to have designs walking down Paris Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week,
Okay.
over there in Venice. So many, Cannes. Uh, I would love to have my products in Sephora and Ulta. I would love to have makeup and fragrance and hair care and all of these
Oh,
different
okay. Okay.
things.
Okay.
Skincare as well too. I would like to have a beauty empire. So fashion and beauty more so than anything, and production and directing, writing. I would
A
like to be
fashion.
behind the lens
So
also.
basically, you would want a fashion line and a cosmetic line.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. 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 That right. And some behind the scenes producer credits at on some television shows, on some talk shows. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And even my brother, shout out to my brother K Tukes who's here,
Mm-hmm.
has given me tips on like, okay, sis, you edit it like this, you do it this way. And I'm so thankful for him and being able to sit with producers and directors like yourself and so many others and tap their brains and find out what is the creative process like for you. I would love to continue hosting, but in this business, you have to be able to juggle it all.
Oh
And
yeah.
shout outs to
Oh yeah.
Queen for being able to be that catalyst to do it
Mm-hmm.
all, from music to hosting her talk show to
Yeah.
being able to produce and direct. You
Mm-hmm.
have Will Smith is another. Will Smith didn't host the talk show, but He had the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He had his music career. He's also
Hmm.
producing and directing. Denzel is another as well too, producing
Hmm.
and directing. You
Oh,
have to be able to do it all. You
oh
know
yeah.
what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? Not
Hmm.
that one trick pony, because this business is very fickle. You got to have different, how can I say it? You got to have different irons in the fire
Different
and
niches,
weigh those
different
options
hustles.
out. And that's what I
Yeah.
want to talk to.
Hmm. That's right. Oh yeah. Good
So
answer.
that's what I would conclude with for that. For anybody, have those multiple outlets out there for you. It's more than enough room at the top for everybody to shine and get their creativity out there.
That's right.
And that's what I will wrap with, Fashion Dolls. That is the Turn the Table segment. And before we let you go, Terrence, because I had so much fun, I told you we were going to have a dynamic time, and I would love to invite you back for season 20
Okay.
because we are
Okay.
coming back for 2026.
Okay.
And I've already got my guests lined up. So thank you all so much for your love and your unconditional support. Before we let you go, because this interview was not only just motivational, but it was inspirational out there. And there are people who are probably watching who are saying, I've lost a loved one, and this is how I regroup and I come back. That resilience is what's key. So, what advice would you give to people out here who just felt like giving up on life, who just their ambitions, their goals, their passions, dreams, whatever it may be? What would you tell them?
Oh man, just understand that God is the answer. Jesus is the way. You give yourself to the Lord. Ask God for the strength that you need to carry on. And that's all you got to do. All you got to do is just talk to the Lord and say, let him know that you're weak. When you are weak, God is your strength. All you got to do is talk to him. Open your mouth, you know, confess to the Lord how you feeling, you know, even though he already know how you feeling because he knows all things. But he loves when we confess things and speak it out of our mouth. He like to hear it, you know. And when he does hear it, he reacts and he steps in. So that's the advice that I would give them. Life has a lot of great things to offer. And anytime you feeling like you don't want to be here, anytime you feeling like giving up, that's just a trick of the enemy because the enemy can see that it's something special about you. God put something in you to make you somebody special, to make you somebody successful, somebody significant. And the enemy don't want you to achieve that. That's why he plants that depression in your mind to make you feel like you don't want to be here no more. But it's all a trick. It's all a diversion. And the devil ain't got no new tricks. He uses the same tricks all the time. So just pay attention to the sign. Ask Lord for discernment. He'll give you that discernment and the strength you need to carry on.
Absolutely. And I would close today's show also with the final thought of the day, which comes from Eckhart Tolle. And he says, sometimes letting go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. Sometimes you have to let go of those obstacles. Remember, Terrence just asked me in our Turn the Tables about obstacles and having to overcome them. What are some of the things that I've had to overcome? To anybody out there, it gets greater when you are at the end of that tunnel. And it's a quote from Rihanna that goes like this. She says this in the quote. She says, focus on getting to the finish line and not so much on the chaos. I know the going can get hard for each and every one of us, but we have to keep continuing to keep encouraged. And as Terrence said, and as I said as well, to put God first in everything that you do. My grandmother is 81 years old, and I could have lost my grandmother, but by the grace of God, she is still here. She is still living. Great memory and everything. Smart as a whistle, has it all. And she tells me this before I come on, before every interview. She said, you put God first before anything that you do. Because just as fast as you got here and God put you there, he can bring you down to where you need to be. And that's humble. So never forget where you are. Never forget where you came from. And again, stay true to who you are and be original. Originality is key in this business.
That's
And
right.
don't let anyone dim your light or your shine. Be dynamic as you are because God made you in his likeness and you are unique. And that and then some.
I would like to say one more thing. Yeah, that was beautiful. I would like to say one more thing. Um, I have a new movie coming out. Me and Felicia Rivers and a new producer by the name of C Green. We have a new movie coming out December 16th called The APTS. Yeah, it's called the APTS, and it will be out on all platforms December 16th. My new comedy movie that I wrote, directed, and starred in is called Honey Glazed, and it's a comedy movie that will be released January 2026. Okay, so that's what's to come. The APTS December 16th and Honey Glazed in January 2026. But this the past week I have a movie called Celebrity Fever that I'm the star of that just got put on shelves in Walmart worldwide. So you can find my movie Celebrity Fever.
Yes.
You'll see me on the cover. Celebrity Fever is at Walmart, Amazon, and eBay. And my other new movie that just got put in Walmart the day before yesterday is called Her Mamba Mentality. It's called Her Mamba Mentality. It's also available right now at Walmart. Her Mamba Mentality. Shout out to Donna Joseph, the director and the star of that movie. But yeah,
Yep. Y'all make sure y'all go and check it out. Her Mamba Mentality and APS. Stay tuned as well too. These projects are coming out into the new year. So make sure y'all are staying tuned. Make sure y'all are following. And also make sure y'all go and check out Terrence's artists as well too.
Deontay
Definitely go and
Velour.
check it out.
Yes, yes, Deontay
Dante
Velour.
Velour.
Hmm. Yes,
So
thank you.
where can everyone follow you and check you out? I had such an amazing time and I would love to have you back again in the future.
Well, they can follow me on Facebook at Tmal Hood King, which is TMALHOODKING. Tmal Hood King. That's my Facebook page. YouTube channel official Tmal HK. That's official TMALHK. You can find me there. Instagram Tmal underscore HK. TMAL_HK. You did, yeah. That's where you can find me at, man.
Here you go.
And if you need some spiritual guidance, you can find me on YouTube at The Messenger and Light. That's the name of my YouTube spiritual YouTube channel, The Messenger and Light, which is another
All right, you're gonna
acronym.
have to send it to me because I want to at you as well too.
Okay. Okay. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. Yeah. So that's where you can find me at. You feel me?
And with that being said, Fashion Dolls, we will be back tomorrow with Shanson Thomas. Make sure you guys tune in. I will see y'all tomorrow at 4. And again, originality is key. I love you all. Y'all make sure y'all have a blessed and fabulous week. And we have more guests this week, so make sure you guys tune in. And make sure that y'all go and follow Terrence and check out his artist, Deontay Velour, APS, all of the projects that are out, her Mamba Mentality, that and so much more. I love you, Fashion Dolls. And check out Style by Stevie on YouTube. Head on over and check out some of the previous interviews, conversations. Subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified when new interviews are uploaded as well. And I will see y'all then. Till next time, everyone.
God bless.
You too.